I'm Oleg Novak, this is Chasing Cars, and today we have some major breaking news to report for Land Cruiser 70 Series fans in Australia. Toyota Australia has just announced that the V8 versions of the 70 Series will end production for Australia over the coming months, meaning that the sun is setting on the V8 and it's going to be a 4-cylinder only model moving forward. Now in this video we're going to be covering this news to explain what models are being discontinued and when you can expect them to be discontinued. Not only that, but why this decision was undertaken by Toyota, as well as that, what this means for a significant backlog of orders that there are on the 70 Series as well that have not yet been fulfilled. As well as that, we're also going to be covering the addition of manual transmission variants for the 4-cylinder variants, which have until now been automatic only. Chasing Cars, honest reviews of your next car.
Brought to you by
Budget Direct.
Now, V8 production for Australia will end in September for all variants except the GXL single and double cab pickups. So that's the Wagon, Troopy and Workmate GX pickups that will end production in September. Final deliveries for those will take place by the end of this year. But the GXL single and double cab V8s, their production will continue well into 2025, with final deliveries for those taking place by the end of next year. From that point, the V8 will be no more for Australia. Now, until this point, the Toyota Land Cruiser 70 Series has been available with a venerable V8 powertrain, which has been available since 2007, but also the 1GD 4-cylinder turbo diesel powertrain that launched last year. The V8 version has been manual only, and the 4-cylinder version has been automatic only. But Toyota has announced that with the discontinuation of the V8 Land Cruiser 70 Series for Australia, from October of this year, they will be beginning production of 5-speed manual variants of the turbo diesel 4-cylinder. Now, the manual will be available on all variants except the single cab and Workmate wagon. It's also going to have unique gear ratios and componentry designed to adhere to the level of usage and high torque expected by Land Cruiser customers, Toyota say. Now, this is pretty massive news for the Land Cruiser 70 Series. The V8, it's got an extremely die-hard audience. Not only that, but the Land Cruiser 70 Series, it's one of the oldest cars on sale in Australia. It's been on sale since 1985, with some 350,000 being delivered in Australia. Since that time, since 2007 when the V8 launched, around 170,000 have been delivered with the V8 engine, meaning that about half of all 70 Series Land Cruisers in Australia have the V8 engine. Now, Toyota acknowledges that this will be a hard pill to swallow for a lot of die-hard V8 customers and fans of that engine. Now, with Toyota having just announced this news, they were asked whether Australia's new vehicle fuel efficiency standards played a part in the role. While Toyota says that regulations played a part in the role, a bigger part of it was community expectation and the fact that this decision had been in play for a long time. They say that it had been planned for a significantly long time and was inevitable to happen one day. Now, Toyota say that one alternative that could have been pursued would be to discontinue the Land Cruiser 70 Series for Australia altogether, with the landscape moving to downsized hybrid powertrains. However, Toyota assures that this was never considered. Now, Toyota also says that this decision would only have been made if they were confident that the 4-cylinder would meet and exceed the capabilities of the V8. Now, a big part of the reason why the Troopy has such a loyal and devoted and die-hard audience in Australia is its blend of perceived reliability, its towing capability, its off-road capability, and its ability to carry heavy loads. Toyota cites the fact that the 4-cylinder powertrains have 20 Newton meters more torque than the V8, and they say that they are confident that as Australians experience the 4-cylinder powertrain, they will slowly be won over. However, Toyota do acknowledge that there will be some customers who will be saddened by the news of the discontinuation of the V8. Now, the next big question is what this means for a significant back order of orders on the V8 Land Cruiser. Now, this has been covered extensively because Toyota has had for almost 2 years a pause on orders on the V8, struggling to keep up with demand. Now, Toyota says that they'll be working very closely with factories in Japan to ensure that they receive the maximum allocation of Land Cruiser 70 Series V8s that they can for Australia. However, this does likely mean that there will be orders that will not be fulfilled for the V8 Land Cruiser 70 Series. While Toyota will be working to ensure a maximum allocation possible from overseas, Toyota says that they'll be working very closely with dealers to ensure that they can deliver on as smooth and robust delivery process as possible, with prioritization for those who have ordered the vehicles first. Now, while we know that there is a significant backlog on orders on the V8 Land Cruiser, we don't know how many. Toyota haven't said, but we do know, given the Land Cruiser is a very high-selling vehicle in Australia, that the order backlog would be significant. So time will tell what transpires in terms of order fulfillment for the vehicle. Now, while there has been an almost 2-year order pause on the V8, the 4-cylinder variants have had about a 3 to 6 month wait time, so demand for those hasn't been quite as high. However, Toyota points to the fact that it has been popular with fleets who have appreciated the downsized engine and also the fact that it's been available with an automatic gearbox. Now, Toyota also say that the addition of the manual variant to the 4-cylinder lineup will also be an excellent test case to see just how high the take-up of the manual will be in an automatic in a like-for-like model scenario. Now, this is obviously really big news about the Toyota Land Cruiser 70 Series V8 discontinuation for Australia, so we'll be keeping you up to date as more details comes to hand. So make sure to keep an eye out on Chasing Cars YouTube and our website and social media for more updates as we get them. But in the meantime, let us know what you think of the news. Is it a surprise for you? Was it inevitable to you, and did you see it coming? Would you consider the 4-cylinder, or are you very sad about the news that the V8 will be no more in Australia? Let us know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more updates.